Manure has been a gardener's best friend for centuries. Generations of growers relied on it to enrich soil, restore fertility, and keep crops thriving. But in today's world, not all manure is safe. In fact, if you take manure straight from a barn and spread it on your beds without a crucial step first, you could unknowingly poison your soil and stunt your plants for years. This isn't about smell or pathogens, it's about invisible chemical residues that slip through animal feed, pass through their stomachs, and end up concentrated in the manure. If you don't test and prepare properly, you're not fertilizing, you're sabotaging. This problem is modern, widespread, and often overlooked. To truly understand why you can't just pile manure onto your garden anymore, let's dig into what's lurking inside and how to protect your soil from permanent damage. Beyond testing, aging, or composting manure for 6 months to a year is critical. Fresh manure not only risks burning plants with too much nitrogen, but it also hasn't had time for any chemical residues to break down. Composting speeds decomposition, lowers ammonia levels, and introduces microbes that help neutralize contaminants. The heat of a properly managed compost pile, reaching between 130 and 150 degrees Fahrenheit, further breaks down harmful substances, reducing the risk they pose to garden soil. Gardeners who have applied contaminated manure often report heartbreaking results. Tomato beds that once thrived suddenly yield twisted, stunted plants. Pea and bean crops fail entirely. Squash vines wither, and potatoes develop grotesque growth patterns. Once contamination sets in, crop failure can persist for multiple seasons, even if you stop using the manure. One common story comes from horse stables. Horses are frequently fed hay cut from fields sprayed with aminopyralid, one of the most persistent herbicides in use today. The horse digests the hay but not the chemical, which survives in bedding and manure. Gardeners who eagerly accept free stable waste often discover too late that their soil has been poisoned, with losses measured not in weeks but in years. For those who still want to use manure but don't want to gamble, the best strategy is sourcing wisely. Seek out manure from animals fed on untreated pastures or certified organic hay. Ask direct questions about feed and sprays before accepting any manure for your garden. If the farmer or stable manager isn't sure, don't take the risk. Another safeguard is dilution. Even if a manure source seems safe, blend it with a large volume of compost or leaf mold before applying it. This reduces the concentration of any potential contaminants and ensures the nutrients are more balanced for plant use. Some gardeners avoid animal manure altogether, relying instead on plant-based compost, grass clippings, shredded leaves, and green manures. While manure can be an excellent soil builder, it is no longer essential when balanced alternatives exist. For those with small gardens, using homegrown compost may be the safest and most sustainable option. The manure issue teaches an important lesson. Building soil fertility isn't just about adding nutrients. It's about protecting the living web of microbes, worms, and fungi that make soil alive. Introducing contaminated material undermines that life, turning soil from a thriving ecosystem into a poisoned medium. By testing, composting, and sourcing wisely, gardeners safeguard not only their crops but the long-term resilience of their soil. It's tempting to treat manure as an old, reliable shortcut to fertility. But today, wisdom means caution. The small step of checking before applying can save years of frustration and lost harvests. In the end, it's not just about avoiding chemicals. It's about respecting the soil as a living system that requires care and discernment. Manure can still be one of the best fertilizers available, but it must be handled wisely in today's world. The danger of hidden herbicide residues is real, and the damage they cause is lasting. Before spreading any load onto your garden, test it, compost it, and confirm its source. Do this, and manure remains the powerful soil builder it has always been. Skip this step, and you risk turning rich beds into barren ground. For the serious gardener, this is not just about avoiding mistakes, it's about preserving the living heart of your soil. If this guide gave you clarity and a safeguard for your own garden, subscribe to Hydrohaven and share this with other growers. The more gardeners know about the risks and solutions, the stronger and more resilient our soils will be for generations.